All right. Can everybody see the screen? All right, perfect. Thank you. Welcome to the City of Patterson Ryan White HVAC Program Clinical Quality Management Committee for January the 11th, 2023. We appreciate you being flexible with time. We had to move the meeting from yesterday to today as it coincided with some of the Planning Council meetings as well. And we know there's not multiple of you, so you couldn't make both. So again, we're appreciative of you being flexible for the time. I'm also aware that there may have been some confusion. I think some point a calendar invite was sent out with 2:30 or
Blanca Roman.
So yeah, I apologize. I'm not sure.
Join the meeting
with our Gmail calendars. For Derek and I, it cancels. It declines meetings with without us knowing. Again, I apologize. I'm not sure what's going on with our calendars, but we are trying to get that worked out. So really quickly, we'll take a quick overview of today's meeting agenda. Today's meeting is going to be very quick. It's the end of our quality improvement project season. It's time for us to report out in February and to start and kick off some new projects in March. By then, you should have the results of your monitoring visit. So there will be some very low-hanging fruit that you'll be able to utilize from your monitoring reports to encompass into a quality improvement project to increase some of the efficiencies along the lines. So we're looking forward to another successful year of quality improvement projects. Well, I kind of got off track. With today's meeting agenda, we will start with a moment of silence. We'll look at welcome and introductions, report updates from the recipient's office. So we're reaching out, Derek's reaching out to her right now to see if she can hop on and give us some updates. I think she does have a couple of those. We'll talk about the updates for the quality improvement projects. And then we'll talk about us sending out a new survey that will ask members about the best days and times that work for quality improvement. We know from time to time, things change, new meetings are added to your schedules, and then all of a sudden Tuesdays at 2 do not work well. So we want to make sure that we try to squeeze in as many people as possible on the most efficient days and times. So we'll do a quick moment of silent reflection for the work that we do and the people who are involved that we take care of every single day and those who are affected by the HIV pandemic. All right, thank you. And now we will just move on. Oops, it will let me to seeing who's with us today. So we'll start out with Bergen family. Miss Paula. Just a quick introduction.
Hello, hi, I'm Paula from Bergen Family Center.
Awesome, thank you, Paula. And I think I saw your colleague. Did I see her today?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, Roz. Hi, welcome,
Hi.
Roz. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Awesome. You're welcome. All right, anybody from Buddies of New Jersey? Buddies of New Jersey. All right, anybody? I think I saw Mr. Dillard Capco.
Carolina from Buddies.
Oh, Carolina, thank you, Carolina. Welcome.
Hi, Jerry Dillard from Capco Resource Center. Tisa is out, and God willing, she will heal her body and she will return to us in a month or so.
Awesome, great. Thank you, Jerry. And prayers for Miss Tisa for a speedy recovery.
Yes.
Anyone from Passaic Alliance? Passaic Alliance. Hackensack University Medical Center. I saw Miss Donna. Miss Donna, you may be on mute. You are on mute.
Hello, how are you?
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Same to you. Happy New Year. You have your sidekick with you today, Miss Irene?
She should be coming, but she's
Okay.
not here as of right now.
All right. Thank you, Miss Donna. All right. Hyacinth Aid Foundation. Did I see Jokabed? They did, but it might not.
I'm sorry. I have a new staff member that's here also. I forgot to mention.
All right, thank you, Jerry. You
You want to introduce yourself?
Good afternoon. My name is Faustina Jones.
Awesome, Faustina, thank you for joining us. I apologize, I'm working from on the road, so I only have my laptop and not two screens, so I can't see everybody on the call today. All right. Thank you, Jerry. All right, Hyacinth, anybody from Hyacinth? Jokobed, all right. Northeast New Jersey Legal, is there Leah on the phone today? Mallory? Anybody from Hyacinth? I mean, Northeast New Jersey Legal, sorry. All right, Patterson Counseling, I saw Alicia and I heard Miss Karen's with Alicia.
Yeah, no, I'm with Blanca.
Oh, you're with Blanca, I'm so sorry, all right.
That's okay. My computer froze just before this started, so I'm in with her and she doesn't have a camera.
No
But
worries.
Blanca and I are here right now. Alicia is left. She was going to try to call in, but she just sent me a text and she's at the eye doctor. She thought she would be finished, but it doesn't look like she will be. So she may or may not join us later.
No problem, thank you. Thank you both, Blanca and Ms. Karen, for joining us. All right, Patterson Department of Health. All right. Payne. Mr.
Jerry
Rogers.
Dillard, Chief Operating Officer. Roger's trying to log in. I got to send him the information.
No worries, thanks, Jerry. I lost my checkbox. Hold on now. There it is. Come on over here. There we go. All right, St. Joseph's. I don't believe we've have a replacement representative. For those of you who do not know, Anna Munoz last day at St. Joseph's was December, somewhere between the 10th and the 15th. I can't remember the exact day, but she is no longer at St. Joseph. So we need to find a new representative. We're waiting on Sister Fran to identify someone to join. Right, St. Mary's General Hospital. I think I saw Priscilla come in. Priscilla, you may be on mute.
Yes. Yep. Hi, how are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Priscilla. Thank you for joining us.
Sure, no problem.
All right, straight and narrow. I know I saw Miss Connie.
Yes, substance abuse counselor intern, Miss Connie. How are you? Hi, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Miss Connie. And is Gloria with you today?
No, she's on vacation.
Oh, good for her. All right, and Team Management 2000. I think I saw a couple of people representing Team Management. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
I'm here.
All right, thank you. Anyone else?
No.
Okay. All right, so we have a full house again today. So again, thank you for joining us. All right. Next, we'll talk about subrecipients' end of their quality improvement projects. I know it just seems like we just started them, or it may seem like we started them like a year ago. I don't know. Depends on how your holiday season went and how rested you are. That it seems like August was a while ago. But we'll very quickly talk about what the next steps are for the quality improvement projects. And that is simply completing your quality improvement project worksheets. So at the end of your worksheets, you'll see 3 questions and then a data collection. Most of you have been utilizing the data collection piece throughout the year, and starting with your baseline data from your care continuum dashboard, moving to the results in August, September, October, November, and December. What we would like you to do now is think about the do, study, and act portion of those worksheets. So in the do section, you're going to describe what happened when you ran your test and note any pertinent observations. So what happened when you started to use your change process, right? So maybe your process was initiating a new form or a new documentation methodology or a new contact methodology. So what are some things that you noted when you started your new test or you implemented your change process? Next, we're going to ask, and please be fairly descriptive there, right? So tell us what you saw, what happened, and any other types of pertinent observations that you noted. Next, we're going to talk about the study and compare what your predictions were in the previous parts of the worksheet to what your results were, right? And so the part of the quality improvement process is to identify a change process and then implement that process. And then in implementing that process, it's just like a research study, right? We come up with a hypothesis and then we test our hypothesis. And maybe your hypothesis that it was that a certain implementation of a thing was going to change something, and maybe it didn't work. Maybe it didn't work out like you wanted it to, right? That doesn't mean that the quality improvement project was a failure. It just means that piece that you tried to implement did not affect what you thought it was going to affect. So compare the results of your test to your predictions, and then tell us what you learned, right? So maybe making contact 3 times a week did not have a significant change on a client coming to, not missing an appointment. So maybe you change that process, revamp it, and say, we're going to call them every single day, 5 days prior to their appointment. And then maybe you'll get lucky on one of those days, and that will change kind of your outcome. So tell us what you saw. And then finally, describe what modifications to the plan will be made for your next cycle, okay? And so let's say that you go through the entire process, everything that you thought was going to happen happened, plus some. So maybe this was, excuse me, maybe this was a successful quality improvement project, and you do not need to modify this project, and you're going to keep this particular change instrument in place, right? So your act is that, if it's everything was successful like you wanted it to be, then your act would be that you are going to keep this process in place and move forward, and you would just develop a new quality improvement project. If for some reason what your prediction was did not happen, here in the act, you can readdress what that was and try to find another change agent that may affect the outcome that you are looking to achieve. And so again, simply not throwing out your entire and quality improvement project, just modify it a little bit. So maybe telephone calls didn't work. I don't know, maybe incentives work. I don't, just kind of thinking off the top of my head to come up with some examples. So again, if you did not achieve the outcome you were looking for, do not throw out your quality improvement project, just modify it a little bit and find a new change agent. And then finally, in your data collection, talk about your care continuum dashboard and how those changes took place over August, September, October, November, and December. Again, go ahead and close out your quality improvement projects with your final outcome being your January 2023 data. On the 31st, draw that data down in the first couple of days of February, give us your final outcome. And then in February, we'll ask you to report on this section, your do, your study, your act, and your outcomes, right? And we'll kind of talk through those. Everybody, all subrecipients are expected to have a quick 5-minute presentation on what the outcomes were for that. No need to make up anything cute, fancy. You are more than welcome to. However, if you just want to bring these 3 questions and your outcomes, that is more than fine. All right. And we'll work on cute and fancy once we get the hang of the quality improvement project. So maybe that would be our first project in 2024 is a nice fancy PowerPoint presentation with your outcomes. Any questions about what the next steps are for your quality improvement projects?
Yes. How do I get my staff member Faustina added to the base camp thing?
Just shoot me an email, Jerry.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions about the next steps with QIPs? All right. Oh, come on, computer. There we go. So the CQM consultant staff will send out a survey asking members to identify the best days and times for meetings in the 23-24 grant year, which starts March 1st. We'll ask you to please participate by Friday, February the 10th, so that we can have the new dates and times in place prior to the next CQM meeting, which is Tuesday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. This will be an in-person meeting, so you can bring me candy. No, I'm playing. It will be a virtual meeting. So we'll work on moving forward with that. But please, again, everybody participate. We will select the date and time that work best for a majority of the CQM committee. Unfortunately, we cannot accommodate everybody's schedule, so we will do the best that we can in moving the dates and times around to accommodate the majority of the staff's time and effort. And then in March, we will begin looking at the next cycle of quality improvement projects, which will start out with us reviewing the quality improvement plan, seeing if we need to make any updates, getting some of the data from the 22-23 grant year to re-inform our performance measure portfolio to look at the percentage of clients utilizing certain services, and if we need some additional quality improvement measures. And again, back through the whole process, we'll kick off some new worksheets. We'll go through the Plan, Do, Study, Act. And our projects will run from July to August, and then we'll kick another project off from August to February. So right now we're doing one every 6 months. And again, this is required by HRSA-HAB as a fiscal and contractual obligation for providing or being a Ryan White Part A subrecipient. Any questions about the next QIP cycle? Everybody should be experts by then, right? All right. And then as a friendly reminder, the next meeting is Tuesday, February the 14th from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m., which is noon 30. And then I will quickly stop sharing and ask our colleagues from RDE any updates, announcements, or considerations for the eCompass system. Robert?
Hey, only one announcement is that RSR 22 update should be coming soon to the system, so you should expect that in the near future. Be coming out. There shouldn't be any indicator changes, but just some minor screen changes onto the report. That was it.
All right, great. Well, like I promised, I will not take up all of your time today. Another quick, fast CQM meeting. At the March meeting, I can't promise you that because we'll be kicking off our CQM projects. And then in February, we're going to be reporting out. So it might take up our entire hour and a half. But nonetheless, it's always great to see everybody's face. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. We hope that you had an amazing holiday season and that you are well rested and ready to get back deep in the trenches and what we do.
What time is the meeting on February 14th?
11 a.m., 11 to 12
a.m.
Yes, sir. Back to normal time. All right.
Is it 11 to 12:30?
Yes, ma'am. 11 to 12:30.
Thomas, I'm sorry. When is the 5-minute presentation due? Because you said something about February 10th.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, no, February 10th would be to complete your worksheets and upload them to Basecamp, and that will give, and you'll use that as part of your presentation on February 14th.
Got it.
So I'll send out reminders in Basecamp. Just a quick temperature check. Does everybody like those little FYIs I send out in Basecamp? Like when there's a HRSA training or a HRSA opportunity, does that help out?
Yeah, I was just on the webinar.
All right, let's say, because I don't want you cussing me out behind my back. My ears start burning and I'm like, somebody's talking bad about me. So I want to make sure it's not about the notices I'm sending out. All right. So I will continue to get those as we receive those. We'll just post those in Basecamp. And hopefully that helps everyone out. And great, Roger, I'm glad you were able to do one of those webinars. Some are great and informative, and some after the end of it, you're just like, that was a waste of time. But so I can't promise they're always going to be great and informative, nonetheless. So you get to pick and choose. All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you so much. Again, happy New Year, and look forward to another successful year of CQM. All right. Thanks, everyone.